Welcome back. Hasn't been very long. It's been like 5 minutes since my last film, but we stepped into another area, the old street, 老街 of Sansha. So I'm eating right now, stuffing my face with pastry. Pastry. So I'm here at a traditional Taiwanese temple. This is a very, very common temple. Inside is the deity that is very well known, but it's called 土地公, means one who governs the earth. But it's a very local spirit. I mean, it's more like your governor or the senator, a district senator or something, you know, district representative. He actually just governs over a small piece of land. He is the protective spirit of this small piece of land. He, oversees and hears the local people's prayer. So he doesn't have authority over other districts. So other districts have their own 土地公. So this is a very interesting spirit. This is very local in all Taiwan and even into China. It's a very it's a very deep-seated ideal. So if you do good deed in your life and do all sorts of goodness, and when you die you might be risen to be a 土地公, means the one who governs the local lands, the one who oversees the local lands. And he's got some, he doesn't have very much power. In most traditional Chinese mythology, he's the one that, when you come to this piece of land and you have to ask for assistance, maybe if you get lost or if you need some directions or whatnot, you'll summon him and he'll tell you what's up, and he's kind of like your local representative. He's got some smaller spirits under his charge, so he's your local leadership. So he's worshipped by the local people. Every district have different 土地公, so very, very local protective spirits. It's a very interesting concept. It's also a slightly larger temple. I'm not sure whose temple this is. As you can see, Taiwan is covered with temple, a lot more than China. I think China used to have a bunch of temples, but they got all torn down during the Cultural Revolution. So, so much pastry over here. It's stuffing myself with pastry. My mouth is kind of dry. I need more water. Anyway, I'm not sure whose temple is this. I'm gonna have to find out. Just walking down here. Nom 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 nom.
祖师庙才是特有文化的。
祖师哪个祖师？祖师是哪个？
周叔公啊，清水祖师啊，风水祖师，黑面祖师。欧明周叔公。
So this is the 祖师庙. I think it translates to the Master's Temple. I'm not sure who he actually is in the Chinese mythology. But I'm not sure. The temple is highly decorated. You could see all sorts of sculptures all over. This is one feature about Chinese temples. It's just covered in sculpture. It is a marvelous piece of art. The entire temple is a piece of art. Everything here is art. That's why I love traditional temples. Everything here is amazing. I think the problem with the traditional temple is that people are actually turning away from the traditional craftsmanship, and they cannot. And this craftsmanship is the whole apprenticeship thing is leaving us because the democracy and the modernization. So eventually the traditional craftsmanship will be lost, and you will not get architectures like this. This is actually amazing and marvelous. I don't normally like the whole artsy stuff very much. Normally I like the more living stuff, such as theater and you know, traditional comedy and whatnot, but I'm not really. This is amazing for art, for architect major or something, for its architecture and for its art, for its sculpture. Everything is so detailed. There's like dragons and people riding on dragons and a dude stepping on a wolf. And it's just amazing. And this is the shrine of 太阳星君, means he's the one that governs the sun. You can see a giant sun-like halo behind his head. So he's the one that governs the sun. And he's got two apprentices. One is holding on to a lion. Can't really tell what's a lion. He's holding on. It's a pet lion. And one that holds his scepter. The one that holds the scepter and the one that holds his pet lion. It's called 太阳星君. So in Chinese culture, it's a very hierarchical, very government-like system.
给你介绍这些柱子，这些柱子哈都是用手雕的，而且它柱子里面有摆鸟图，每一根柱子都不一样。好，它的鸟哦。
Every pillar here is handcrafted and is
每根柱子的鸟哈
represents a different story. Every pillar is different, and this pillar in particular is got 100 birds,
都是手工雕，
and it's all handcrafted. 100 birds and 100 different kinds of birds, and this one's just dragon, and this one's also a dragon, but each one's different from another. It's all handcrafted. This is amazing. I always wanted to come to places like this and film. So I expect the one who governs the sun on the other side is probably the one who governs the moon.
你看这个龙，哇，每根柱子都不一样。这个就是三峡祖师庙的那个。
I'm actually surprised that I don't know anything about the black-faced master, who is the centerpiece of this temple. This is the black-faced master. I'm sure I remember the story when I was a kid, but I can't remember him right now.
国民周叔公啊，你看这个祖师爷是黑脸。哦啊，你看看它上面像旋风似的，有没有？上面雕。
Oh, I think I remember something about the black-faced master now. I heard this story when I was little. It's about something about the enemy trying to burn down his temple. And he was a monk, and the enemy tried to burn down his temple, but he stayed with his temple to protect the Buddha statue, and he was burnt alive, and his face is all smoked and black when they found him. But he was then elevated to God status, to deity status, due to his bravery and his devotion. So this is all amazingly handcrafted. I think the black-faced master is a very traditional Taiwanese deity. You won't find it in China, I'm pretty sure. All these deities are very local and Taiwanese only. One might think Taiwanese culture are mostly the same with Chinese, but ever since the Taiwanese immigrated from China, it's been 400 years. So they definitely have developed something of their own. For example, this deity is strictly Taiwanese.
层一层的进去这样。
I think the one, don't quote me on this, but I think the biggest difference between Taiwanese and Chinese religious feature and the Western religious feature is that the Taiwanese and Chinese religion is a lot more wishing based. It's every aspect of life is governed by certain deities. So there's a deity that governs the thunder, a deity that governs the rain, deity that governs the money and fortune and everything. So okay, this is the goddess of the moon. This is the goddess of the moon, and you have the moon halo behind her, and her two assistants are her. So one's got a fan, the other one's got a bunny, and so the Taiwanese and Chinese religion is very Greek-like. Every aspect of life is governed by certain deities, and when you need something, say I need money or I want money, so I would go pray at the god of fortune. But or you will make a bargain, say if you give me money and if you give me good fortune, and when my wish are fulfilled, I will give you pay you back with tributes or food or sacrifice and whatnot. So it's a very bargain-like system, which I don't like. I mean, if you're religious about something, you shouldn't want anything in return. But something I don't like about this religious system. So this lady is doing the Buapue. That means that she is asking. She has some decision that she cannot make on his own, so she's asking the guidance of the gods and the deities. So she is praying right now. She's just making a prayer, and she's holding onto two pieces of wood, one with the yin and one. Both pieces of wood have yin and yang. I think I explained this in the previous videos. If she, she's conveying her wishes right now. So she's telling the deity her decision that she cannot make. And hurry up. 对，谢谢。哦哦哦
要这样子，哎，对。
Water. Man, it's a long prayer. She must have a very huge and important question. Anyways, the main income of the she's finishing. Oh, it's a good sign. You can see one's back and one is forth, so it's yin and yang, so it means yes. The decision is yes. The God says God has smiled upon her decision. God says her decision is correct. And if it's both on the same side, then both yin or both yang, then God has rejected her decisions, saying that it is a bad one and you shouldn't do it. So I think she's asking again just to be sure. No, she has completed her wish. So most of the income of the temple comes from the donation box, and you take these, or these are little incense and paper money that you burn as offering to God. But you can take it as many as you want, and as long as you leave a donation. So these are also very traditional. These are fortune-telling sticks. Each one has a different fortune, so you just draw a random stick randomly, and they will have number on it. You follow the number and go to the boxes over there, small boxes over there, and you will find your fortune. So, and also these are Buapue. I'm talking about if you have the two of the same side, then it's a bad idea, and two of the different side, then it's a good idea. Alright, that's it. I will see you guys later.